Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in miniature, and well, looks like I got myself a new GW box. It's been a while, and that's just because they continually price me out of being interested in their games, but thankfully I had a pile of credit at a local store, and I thought, hey, why not see what they've been up to? And I mean, I'm a sucker for the Warhammer Underworld stuff. We've had just about, well, most releases up until about the Nether Maze, and I really like box sets. I'll admit it. I usually think they're a pretty good deal, and the fact that I just walked out of the store with more money in my wallet than I came in with, and a game and paints, I can't really complain. So yeah, we've got the Gnarlwood today, which sees big, brawny, and scraggly barbarians fighting well-dressed undead. And I'm cool with that. Now, I believe these have the newer back cards, which is fine by me. Everything we need to play in one box. It's interesting that the rulebook is not shrink wrapped or anything. Why is it so thick? One thing that's weird is they didn't have pictures of the warband on the box. I found that odd. I mean, they were a really nice looking group. Sarakor Blackwing. I like Lupin Longcut with his weird predator helmet. Crimson Kara. And give or take, but I really like Gorl Spinehammer. I think if you paint this guy right, he'd look right in place with some of the Ghur Chosen type Cornate guys. And I mean, I'm not usually a fan of undead, but these guys got swag. King Morlack Velmorn. I'll never remember these names. I mean, yeah, they look kind of like the Grave Guard. Is that what they were called? The fancier two-handed weapon-carrying undead infantry. I mean, you can use King Morlack as some kind of a white king. Any white, really. I have no idea if the rules are any different. The board looks neat. What's it say? Gnarlwood board pack. Okay. Instruction sheet. Packs of cards. Rival deck. I do like the fact that we've got the custom dice. It's kind of weird that we just have all the figures thrown in like that. Lift to find your rulebook token and game boards. Was this supposed to be on top and this got like repackaged? Where are my tokens? Man, don't tell me GW screwed up my stuff again and I don't even have any tokens in here. I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm going to have to check the... I haven't even got to the actual figures yet. Shoot. I guess I better hold on the receipt just in case. Of course, knowing GW, they're going to lay them out on me. I want to hold on to those just in case. Let's take a look at the actual sprues. Okay, this looks to be our undead guys. 32mm bases. Interesting color choice. Lots of fur and hair to paint. I was hoping the big bald dude would have had a 40mm base, but nothing overtly complex, it looks like. Now it's interesting that the undead guy, we have one guy on a 40, one guy on a 32, and then the other three on 25s. They're fairly tall-looking dudes. I think the king might be the one on the big... But there is a big guy here, too. It could be him. It might be the big guy. I think it's the 40mm base. I mean, they're nice-looking models. You know, if the price was more palpable, swallowable, I think these would be great. You know, like when the game first started and you had everything kind of in nice, cheaper sets that were like almost an impulse purchase levels. I thought it was a great little intro game, but be that as it may, I'm a sucker for these models. So give me a sec, we'll put them together and I'll stop ranting and complaining and we'll see how they stack up to some of the other stuff that we've got for Underworld. So sit tight. So let's start off with the Gnarlspirit Pack. And kind of like the Dark Oath And the Ghur chosen. We've got the shaman type leading the warriors. I like all the hair, fur, bones. It's a cool look. Something I enjoy. Always have a thing for the barbarian types. I think depending upon the paint job, they'd probably fit in pretty well with the Dark Oath. That guy reminds me of a predator with the overtly large tusk skull mask. I know I need to clean those up better. That's okay. They're interesting. They're different. My personal favorite is the big beefy guy. I do wish he was a little bit chunkier, to the point where, I mean, he is on a 32mm base, but I just feel like he should be on a 40. Go all the way. You know? If he ends up ogre-sized, so be it, right? This is a really cool model. I think this guy might be pulling some extra shifts in other games. And then we have the Sons of Velmorn. Velmorn himself being the White King. Not exactly attached to that base yet, just because, as I've said many times, want to make sure that we can get things painted. I do fear for the fiddly and brittleness of those tiny skeletal limbs and broken blades, and that always gets me worried. Even his crown. He's a cool looking model, there's no denying that. And I'm not usually a big fan of undead, so that says something right there. Again, very reminiscent of the Grave Guard. I don't know if that cut was supposed to be there or if that's my fault. It could be both. Again, just those fiddly limbs. Sometimes I wish they were more posed against the body. It would make things a little easier. We're fighting with a pole arm. I feel like we don't see armored skeletons of this sort all that often, you know, really heavily armored. So that is kind of a nice bonus. I don't remember. I think his axe is actually attached to the body, which is kind of a nice touch, because I would fear for that thing. Something gonna snap. And I hate to say, you know, for as much belly aching and moaning and groaning as I do often about GW and their prices, I mean, I can't knock at all the quality of the sculpts. They look really nice. I mean, to me, the standout and the one that I held out for the last is the big guy. It just looks cool. And I mean, if you're going to give him a properly grim and grimy GW style grimdark Mordheim aesthetic, I think it's really going to knock these figures out of the park. It's a little simplistic looking where the cover of the shield is coming off, but I think given the size, it'll be all right. I did have to glue these. I took the advice of some of you folks and just kind of trimmed off some of the pegs and just went ahead and glued things for my own sanity and well-being. And I mean, even given the size, they're not the tiniest of models. I was going to say, using our Hexbane's Hunter here as kind of the Underworld's equivalent of my Witch Hunter friend. They're about the same size. Definitely a bit more of a modern vibe. I can't get him in focus there. Pretty sure it's a him. Still not 100% sure. Haven't got him onto the table yet. Did get the bases fixed though. Mentioned that before. So it is kind of cool to see just the various sizes of models, and considering where this game started in terms of price, and I know I keep going back to the price, it was a really cool and viable way to get a lot of unique looking models. You know, we got the Goblin Wolf Riders, we got the crazy Centaur with the Beast Elves, we got modern day Ungor sculpts, we got, you know, Zinchian stuff way back when. We've had a huge variety of models at this point, and I'm really happy about that aspect of Underworlds, even if the churn has gotten very real very quickly with things. There is no denying that it has made for some interesting models. Grabbing a few random here, just to see how they compare with some of the other models, because I happen to have some. I was comparing our Gnarlspirit guys to the original Dark Oath release. I don't remember what they were called. Maybe they were just called the Dark Oath. Again, this guy's a big dude. Grabbing one of the Ossiarch Bone Reapers. One of the Wormspat. I was thinking they might be closer in size to the Gnarlspirit guys. He's actually a little bit smaller. He's definitely thicker. Or one of the Chaos Warriors. I forget what that warband was called. But, you know, it's kind of the cool thing about the game. There is a warband at this point, I think, for everybody. Lizards, undead, chaos of just about every type and shape. Yeah, I think we have all 4 gods covered. And the rats. And generic Chaos Warriors. And generic Chaos Marauders. So, if you haven't had a chance to check out the game, I would personally recommend starting with an earlier edition than Gnarlwood. I know Gnarlwood at least has the rival decks, which kind of let you tweak whatever warband you're playing with current cards, so that is kind of cool. And I mean, there is no denying, there's some sweet looking models there. I just feel like for the price, it's not like entry level anymore, but then again, you know, with inflation and just the pricing of everything these days, it is what it is. But I remember the original set was like maybe $50 or something, and I thought that was really fair. This isn't that out of hand, but it's getting close. So if you're interested, do take a look. I think there is a lot of fun to be had with this set. You do have 2 whole complete warbands. You've got everything you need to play in one box. You got all your dice, your cards, everything that's really needed, and you have access with those rival decks to use older edition figures as well. So, you know, something to be had for everybody, right? So, I'm going to get these guys started, and hopefully we will see them back on this channel in painted completion at some, hopefully soon point. And so, you should definitely keep your eyes out on those if you want to see my mediocre paint jobs, because I'm posting them every Monday, rain or shine, without fail. So, yeah. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities and Miniatures. Say thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.